So recently I've been trying to look into either ways of hosting my own large language model at home, or maybe adjusting or manipulating existing ones so they work better. The reason for that is I have Perplexity Pro and it was great, now it's garbage, rate limited to hell, and it got me thinking, okay, well, the sort of free tools that you get a hold of at the moment are being nerfed into the ground a little bit. So is there something I could do to get better quality out of it, or just have more options? And this is where this AnythingLLM comes in. I tried OpenWebUI, a couple of other things, but this AnythingLLM is a nice, easy way to sort of set things up. And last week we had a look at our own locally hosted 8GB VRAM 1080, doing a couple of agent flow type things, and it's okay, and it actually does perform better than Sonar's demented Perplexity Sonar model. It's not very good, and that's what it diverts to on that one. But either way, it's still a bit of fun messing about with this. I'm definitely enjoying myself tinkering in the evenings after work. But I thought let's have a play around here. In AnythingLLM, you don't have to just set up Llama. So, like for example, I've created a couple of different workspaces here in my current system, and one of them you see here is called Gemini. Originally, it was called Perplexity. I was going to try and use the Perplexity API, but the Perplexity API pricing and subscription is different to the Perplexity Pro that you get for just accessing their service normally. But if I was to, let's say, just click on new workspace here, let's just call it testing or whatever. I guess, can we just go into the settings of this? So there's a whole bunch of stuff we could set up in here. So if we go to the agent configuration, by default, it'll use the system default, which is the Llama setup, which is Gemma 4 E4B, the standard one I've set up. But of course, you can see here, there are other things you can do. You could click down Anthropic, Gemini, NVIDIA, Perplexity is also in here. But of course, as I said, it's separate to there's a lot of difference in here. Now, I did a little bit of looking around, and actually Gemini, which I've set up my API with it. If we look over here on the left, there's the Google's AI Studio, which you can see here. If I just drop down, there's tons and tons of different models here. There's some of these on the free pricing, you can use a whole bunch of these, and they either have rate limits or they're unlimited. And I think the unlimited ones, often you'll just get a notification to say that the service is busy right now, it's overloaded. But I've found with some of the other Flash ones, so I think 3.1 Flash-Lite has a reasonable, I think it's something like 15 requests per minute. In fact, we can go here. So if we go on this to the dashboard here to the rate limits. Yeah, so Gemini 3.1 Flash-Lite, requests per minute up to 15, tokens per minute, 250,000 tokens a minute. The requests per day, you can do up to 500 a day on that. Now there are other, if we go down here, some of these models are unlimited. So Gemini 3 Flash Live, I think though, let's try it. So let's try 3 Flash Live, where is it? Well, actually, that specific one isn't listed. So there's Gemma 4, 31 billion parameters. And with that, you get 15 requests a minute, unlimited tokens per minute, and you get 1.5 thousand requests per day, it looks like. So let's just try that. Network error, could not respond to message, network error. So looks like potentially we can't use that. So there's a bit of trial and error is what I've found with trying to use this AI Studio. If we try in Gemini 3.5 Flash, just to see whether it's agent model failed to respond, you exceed your current quota. Please go and check your plan. Rate limits, retry in 13 seconds. So we can go to our usage over here and have a look. So we're having a look at the rate limit thing. So it's basically saying that the request per minute, I'm imagining it's because of the way that you can see here on the left hand side, it's doing a bunch of stuff where it's browsing the web and it's executing the tool, it's doing queries, it's going back, it's providing information back and forwards, then it's like, you've hit your limit. So with 3.5 Flash, the rate limit is like 5 queries per minute. So that's not happy. So we'd have to drop down to 3.1 Flash-Lite. So if we go to Gemini, the normal Gemini one I have here. So this is set up where we've got up to 15 requests a minute, which is plenty to even throw an agent flow in there. So let's just do @query. This is one of the flows that I use. It takes your prompt, it refines the prompt based on whether it thinks you've missed out some context that would help it provide a better result. and then feeds it back into the thing where we go. So we can say, research query, how capable is Gemini 3.1 Flash-Lite in terms of the wider scope when paired with agent flows? See from anything. In terms of what's going to Sonar to Claude. Sometimes with these agent flows in AnythingLLM, it just decides to not actually execute the flow. So this is going to go back and forwards. It's going to be, it shouldn't take too long. So here we go. Actually, so the speed was about 192 tokens a second. So what does it say? This is interesting. So it interrogates the query that you sent to it. So it's like, Jeff correctly identifies the versioning errors, but needs to be careful to not sounding condescending. Must clarify the user alignment Gemini 1.5. No. Oh, so wrong. This is unfortunate, isn't it? So let's just clarify it. No. Use web search to. So this is the problem straight away. I guess Gemini 3.1 Flash probably has well, apparently there's a knowledge cutoff date in January 2025, so I'm not quite sure exactly what's going on there. So I told it to search the web, and it did go away and browse. Does Gemini 3.1 exist? Dear me. Gemini, yeah, they exist. Running it locally was okay, and it was just a bit slow, and you had to herd it like cats. I think even with this here, I mean, well, we didn't even spend any time setting the system prompt, so it'll be a really basic one. I think the output here is only as good as the effort you put into setting up the workspace. So, if I'm setting up one of the YouTube script review workspaces, then if it's a short document, if it's a short 10-minute video, it'd probably be perfectly fine to kind of process it on Gemma 4 and using the agentic workflows. It'll take a few minutes to process, but it's not too bad. But if it's a longer video and a longer document, and I need a larger context window, and let's say I don't mind about having that data leave the device and go into the cloud, and obviously if you use Google's API for free, they're going to either train off it or use it in one way or other. You can then have a much faster, so for Gemma 4 on the 1080 is about 30 tokens a second. This is 200 to 250 tokens a second for Flash-Lite. But you've got to spend some time setting it up. You've got to spend some time creating the different agent flows that we looked into last week. When critique it itself, for example, I think I need to change this research query to say if the user says that something exists, but search the web to verify that it exists, rather than just going the user's probably wrong. Which the main thing is, it's the Flash-Lite here is free to use on the API. Obviously there are rate limits involved. You just need to spend some time setting up some different flows to maybe get the most out of it. And if you've got APIs with other things like the ChatGPT chat completions API is actually reasonably affordable. I have a couple of Discord bots that use it, and it costs pence to push questions through that. So you could connect that together, and you could have multiple different workspaces in here where you could try different models out in one place. Whether it's worth it in the long run versus just going to their website and just trusting how they've got their system prompts set up and everything, you might find value in setting it all up yourself and configuring it. And it's all fun tinkering at the end of the day, isn't it? It's fun to sort of get in on this and see if you can get better results. Of course, there's the frustration we saw before. I'll probably have cut quite a bit of it out, but we tried a whole bunch of different things in here, and a lot of the APIs are just actually not available. So maybe they are if you pay for it, but right now I'm trying to find a way to sort of use it, all the free, what can we get out of the free tiers before we start putting money into this? Well, thank you very much for watching. I hope this has been somewhat interesting. If it has, hit the old subscribe button. Let me know in the comments whether you've tried, is there a better free API out there? Or is this, I say, not worth it? We just go down the route of instead using either locally hosted models, and it'd probably be better if I did go out and get a 16GB graphics card, and I could load in a better model then, rather than having to potentially go off to Gemini when I need something to process it a little bit harder. But either way, it's still a bit of fun messing about with this. I'm definitely enjoying myself tinkering in the evenings after work. But let me know in the comments what you think, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.